Don't bank on your history, but bank on your potential. Does not matter where you come from. Does not matter the community, the village, or wherever you come from. But what matters more, it's your potential to achieve greater things in life. My name is Thami AkaMbongo, Manzana. Mbongo umbuyisa unqaleza undima usondisa umva emnyama salwa kwamanzana okhumalo umntungwa omdletshe ngalo mazwi ndithi welcome to this edition. Today we are going to talk about Mzansi golden economy. As you know, the funding was open. It is open and the due date is 6 December at 5 o'clock, so everyone must submit. And we also know there were 2 online sessions that were held by the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture. And in these 2 sessions, there was promises that were made to those who attended these sessions. One of them was the presentation was going to be shared with everyone that attended, and the recording was going to be made available. By the time I was doing this video, DSEC has not met that promise. You understand? Because a lot of people are still waiting to get the presentation and also the recording so that they make sure they complied, you understand, with what is needed. Again, you understand that, as I said in the previous video, the minister says business unusual, but the department, staff and management are business as usual. We really need to do better on that. And also there are issues of compliance that are also challenging quite a lot of artists, and it will limit them in terms of wanting to apply. So in this edition, I want to go through to some of the guidelines of Mzansi Golden Economies for those who did not attend the session, and maybe for those who attended but some things were not clear. If you look at the guidelines, is that Section A deals with the overall impact of the MGE, so that you understand when you are applying for MGE, what are the things that they are looking for. Section B tells about the open call. They explain, you understand what is the open call focus on. Section C looks at the program overview, you understand, so that you understand the program. And then Section D look at the criteria. What are the criteria they are looking for. And Section E deals with standard requirements. What are the requirements that they are looking for. And Section F deals with the processing of applications. So most of the time when people apply for these funding calls, we make a silly mistake of not going through the guidelines and really understanding what is it that they are looking for. And then later when we get rejected, we complain. So stay tuned in this today session as I'm going to unpack each and every section. Don't forget to like, subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you're keeping informed. So let's get down to the business. Mzansi Golden Economy, if you look at Section A, when it talks about the overall impact of the MGE, it's about to position the arts as a valuable contributor to economic growth and job creation, to stimulate economic development, to promote sustainability, to raise the profile of South Africa as a destination for cultural consumers, and increasing tourism, like a visitors volume and spend. Also to build the professional and capacity of the sector, to improve the production and dissemination of local content. And then if you look at Section B, you understand, it talks about the support to cultural and creative industry projects and also touring ventures, which means there are 2 types of programs that they are funding. One is the cultural and creative industry projects, and the second one is touring ventures. You understand? And they like to explain, you understand, this one is a competitive grant funding. So which means your proposal must be really up to standard. And also it's important to look at the implementation times. For touring ventures, they say the project needs to happen between April 2025 and March 2026. And for the cultural and creative industry projects, it needs to happen May 2025 to June 2026. All right. And as I said, this call was open on the 8th of November at 12 o'clock. It's going to close down on 6 December, 5 o'clock. You understand? And also they explain about what are the documents that you need to attach, you understand, to the application? One, the South African ID, SARS good standing, which they call what, certificate, tax compliance certificate, your proposal with the budget. So when you submit your proposal, make sure also there is a page that is dedicated to a budget. And also they want a portfolio of experience, you understand, to show your company what other projects that you've done, you understand, and to really show that you are really active in terms of the cultural and creative industry. They want the company registration certificate. For those who are applying for touring ventures, they would like to get a letter of approval or of the invitation. You understand? And then if you look at section 6, which talks about program overview, in terms of the cultural and creative industry project, so you might be having a program, whether a festival or whatever, an event that you are doing, but now you want to upscale the existing project, you can apply for that. They want to support project with obvious economic and social benefits for the location. You understand that if you are doing a project in Western Cape, Mbikweni, Paarl, we understand, talk to them how it's going to assist in terms of economic and social benefits for that community. And as you know, our government always talks about social cohesion, so they want to enhance that social cohesion and also to increase the upskill opportunities. And same thing, it happens in terms of touring ventures. You understand? They will give you a breakdown of what to expect there. And then in terms of section D, criteria, in terms of cultural and creative industry projects, mainstream will support national large and medium scale projects that promote the arts, culture, heritage, that contribute again to the local and local economic development and job creation. If you look at section E, the standard requirements, you are going to be disqualified, if you understand that you provide dishonest and inaccurate information, and if the application form yakho ne proposal ne compliance documents are not there, they are going to disqualify. And if your proposal is not aligning with the guidelines, they are going to disqualify. If you fail to disclose any conflict of interest, we understand you are going to be disqualified. If your project falls outside their domain, as they specify, which are the cultural and creative sectors that they focus, and the genre and the discipline, you will be disqualified. And if you are requesting more money than it is expected, like they say 6 months to 9 months project per month, you can ask up until 1 million, you understand, and creating 90 jobs per month, you understand, for that duration. So find a way, and they've made it clear if you are applying for lesser than 1 million, you don't need to target the job opportunities numbers. So be strategic. Also, late submission of documents won't be accepted. Companies or individuals, including directors of the companies that previously defaulted or failed to report for any DSEC funding. So let's say you've asked for a funding to DSEC in the past and you did not report, or you haven't finished your Sana reporting, or you were blacklisted, if there is such, you understand, because you've done some stuff, and you are a director of any of the company that is applying, that might be used against you. And also the government employees, including public entities and their immediate families, schools or university. You understand? Ungasiphatheli ubhuti wakho kanye utatakho or runner as a state-funded institution, and then you are apply bazokubamba, and then the application as a receiver ngabantu abazi-non-South African bazokudisqualify, you understand? So you need to be a South African in order to receive this funding. And then the last section, which is section F, it talks about processing of application. Yabo. What is the adjudication process? Like step number 1, they will verify the online application. As you know, it's done via e-services, and then they're going to make the decision. And then step 3, we are going to do notification. And then step 4, it's a submission of a full proposal, you understand, with a revised project plan and documentation. And then the beautiful thing about that process, you'll be given about 21 working days, you understand, to make sure that you comply with everything that they are asking for. You understand? And my last point on this video, we have some talks about compliance. A lot of people have been complaining, Uguti. I know in the National Arts Council, people are saying it shouldn't be national compliance, you understand, because they are focusing more on compliance than the good proposal. You understand? So I like the fact, Uguti, later on, if they like your proposal, they will give you a grace period of 21 days, you understand, to submit the proper documentation. And I know a lot of people, although there is a confusion between the target groups and the MGE, because I know there is a letter that is required to be signed by Department of Social Development, and a lot of artists are having challenge for that. So I'm begging the TSEC to reconsider that, and maybe to also allow more time, you understand, for artists to get this documented. For me, Thami, AkaMbongo, I encourage companies not to give up, to apply for this funding, so that you understand that you can challenge easier. You understand that it's difficult not to apply, but you want to complain about these processes. But in good luck, seek advice from other people, send them as many emails as possible. Let's hope more artists are going to get this funding. From me, Thami, AkaMbongo, umbongo umbuyisa ungalezo sondisa umfe emnyama osala Manzana okhumala umntu ngomdletshe ngalo mazwi ndithi danko.